It's so cold. Hello. No, I think it's me that's in here. Hi. It showed that there was like somebody in here, and I went on my phone, and that was why. At the very beginning. It was funny. Huh. So, what do you guys think of everything that's going on? Right? I agree. I don't know. It's just, I find it, so I'm kind of late to the game, I guess you would say on this. I really, I got interested in it, but I really didn't like read all of the report, and you know, I watched a lot of the videos, but I didn't read the report that had come out, with this case. And I started to read it last night, and oh my goodness, some of the things that I found that I was like, you know, kind of, I don't know. Like one, for example, okay, so Shanann's friends all stated um that the girls were light sleepers. Okay. And part of where I read, I went through and I was reading, and I was like, what the heck? So it says at 12:48 there was a ping that was sent to Shanann's cell phone that night saying that the garage door was open, or that it had come open. And it had also pinged Chris's phone. Well, what I don't understand, and it was open, she came home like an hour later after that, and apparently it must have been closed because she went through the front door to go in the house. He, in the report, it states the police officer says that uh, that Chris had told him 3 times that he had forgotten to close it, but it was only open for an hour. And not only that, the girls, apparently, according to everybody, were very light sleepers, to the point to where, like, if they were to leave early in the morning, they would park their car outside of the garage or even out by the road so they wouldn't wake the girls up. But the garage door opened at 12:48 that night. I don't know. I just find it, and the girls, I don't know. I just see too many discrepancies in his story. It's so confusing. And in the report, it also says that he said that it was open long enough for somebody to leave, is how the police officer said it. So I don't know. I just find it, like I said, I found it really odd. That would mean that the girls would have been awake when she got home, because she got home an hour later. I mean, I guess they could have fallen asleep, I'm sure, but I don't know. That kind of tells you that somebody came to the home at 12:48, because why else would he open the garage? You know what I mean? That in at 1 o'clock in the morning. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I find, I don't know. I think he's lying, in my opinion. I think he's lying about what happened. I don't, and not only that, he states that the reason he kills Shanann is because she says he would never see those kids again, and then he turns around and takes their lives, and I, I told this to my husband, and my husband says, well, it's because little Bella walked in and saw what he was doing. But my thing, they were young enough that he could have easily brainwashed them into thinking it was a dream or something instead of killing them. You know what I mean? Like, they were 3 and 4, and it would have been only Bella. So he could have planted something in her head and wouldn't have even had to, you know, hi CC's life, how are you? So I don't, it, like I said, it's all confusing to me. It's too many discrepancies in his story, in my opinion. And the whole garage thing really, what?
Pause it.
I can't pause it.
Well, I gotta keep them company because I couldn't sell to Harmony that you were asleep. She kept on telling me I was lying. Legit.
What time is it? What time is it?
No, I told her if she goes, she just wants to kiss. I told her if she goes night night, we'll go play in the snow. So I really want to go play in the snow this past sticky. I'm gonna take her with me.
Sorry, guys. My granddaughter, I laid down for a nap and she's being a little turkey.
Please go do this.
Okay, I will be back in like not even 5 minutes. I just have to run upstairs and give her a kiss goodnight. I promise. I'll be right back.
What? I couldn't sell it to her. She knew.
Move out of my way.
You sleeping now?
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, she's watching the Grinch.
No, she was going like this to me. The Grinch.
Oh, I know. She's my Grinch too, and she's attached to my hip, and we have a certain oh my goodness, routine that she goes, and if she doesn't see me before she goes to sleep, and yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, I just too many, you know, discrepancies in his story, and I got to reading the reports last night. Like I said, I haven't really, I never really read them. I I watched the videos, that were done up on, like from the newscasts and different channels and stuff on the Watts, and I watched, you know, um, all those, but I never read the report. And then after I read the reports, then it started clicking, and I'm like, if the garage door opened at 12:48, you know, that would mean that the girls were up, but it was open for an hour, but it was closed when Shanann got home. So I don't. I agree. I agree. I do. I think that I agree that she had something, whether it be a little chirp in his ear or just something to do with, and I don't know. Like I said, it really when I saw that, when they said that there was a ping, which meant that Shanann knew that the garage door was open because it sent a ping to her phone at that time. So I'm assuming that she must have been probably pissed when she got home that night, you know. Exactly. Yeah, she's to blame partly. I don't think she's to blame completely. I could see so here's my opinion on the whole uh mistress thing. If NK didn't know anything about Shanann and the kids, and Chris lied to her the whole time that he didn't have a family, he didn't, he was a single guy living on his own, bachelor pad, all that. I could see her, believing it, and women or people in general not blaming her for a lot of it. But when she knew he was a married man with children and a baby on the way, I think that's why a lot of people blame her, you know. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Uh, in the in the I don't know what you call them, the transcripts or the reports or something. Her phone was pinged at 12:48 that a.m. I don't know if morning. Um, that the garage door opened, and apparently Chris had told the police, and he told them 3 times that he had accidentally left it open or something like that. But the police officers found it weird that he had said this 3 times. So I don't know. I don't in like I said, the girls were very light sleepers to the point that they would park their vehicles out on the side of the road or in the driveway because their room was directly above the garage. So that would mean that more than likely somebody woke, you would think one of the girls would have woken up when that garage door opened if she was such a light sleeper, if that makes any sense. And what I want to know is, di- didn't NK's cell phone ping? I think, I don't know, didn't NK's cell phone ping in that area that night or that morning? I mean, wasn't she like, you know, yeah. See, so I think she was there because it doesn't make, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. Why would he open the garage at 1 a.m.? I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably knew that when Shanann landed or that she was on her way home, but I don't know. I do think that I, I don't, like I said, yeah. See, and I don't know. See, I'm the type, like my granddaughter. She, for example, she's a very light sleeper. I'm constantly at night telling my kids, "You got to be quiet. You got to be quiet." Don't want to wake her up. Don't want to wake her up. And so why, you know, oh my gosh, I agree, Cece. I agree. I do agree that he's covering up for something. I think, like I was telling my daughter, I said, I think this whole theory of what happened that night, I think he wanted to, for one, clear Shanann's name on, because I think that maybe her family got to him, or you know what I mean? Like he started to have, I don't know. I don't know if he can feel empathy, um, but I think it was also NK's ass. I do not think um that I mean, she was too nonchalant when she went into those interviews and taking her phone in there like they're a freaking phone company to switch a phone over. Who does that? I mean, it's like, yeah, I would have been a mess too. I would not have been like bringing my cell phone in for these police officers that are more, you know, concerned about Shanann and the girls than NK's damn phone. Oh, thank you. I like you too, Cece. I like watching it, especially in the mornings. It's kind of nice because when you come on in the mornings, everybody's sleeping, so it's kind of kind of cool to, kind of have it sit back and have a cigarette and have a cup of coffee with you and just chit chat. Yeah, see, like I said, I think that he's yeah, he's like I said, I just cannot. I mean, and then to go into um that that kind, I don't know, to tell what the daughter said, and you know doesn't make any sense. Like, why? It's almost like when they went in there. From what I took from the Dr. Phil show was that they went there to talk to him about, another person of interest. Is from what I took. I don't know if that's um ooh, that would be cool. I will definitely be watching you. um, but I what was I saying? Oh, yeah, that they, had somebody else. But I think when they went to go talk to him, like I said, they had another person of interest wanting to know more information. I don't think that they thought that he was gonna tell him like word for word what the little girl said, and you know, yeah, exactly. So it kind of, I don't know, it just confuses me that he would, say, what little Bella had said to him, and I don't know. I just, like I said, it. Oh, I agree. I don't think he's going to last very long in prison. I do not. Hopefully, you know, um, the police will go back and look at everything that they put out, or even that they put in the report, that they put out to the world, because I think that if they were to go back and look at everything again, I think that they would find, more on NK, or at least little things here and there that, would kind of push them more towards her, if that makes any sense. Like, that she had something, like I said, whether it be a chirp in his ear, or, you know, um, or even, I don't know. It's like watching, because I went back and watched and don't get me wrong, I guess I'm kind of changing the subject here, but don't get me wrong. As a parent, you always love your children, no matter what. And I've always told my kids that no matter what, I would be disappointed in the things that you do, if I don't like it, but I will love you no matter what you do, you know. But with that said, it's like for his, what do you guys think about his parents? Like his mom and dad. It's that's what I don't get that either. Elaine Bynes. There if there would have been a scuffle between the two of them, whether she had my sister-in-law, she has lupus, and she's actually had lupus for years, and she smokes pot to kind of help her with the pain and stuff. But I'm telling you right now that if her boyfriend was to attack her the way that Chris is kind of making it out to seem, she would have fought. You know what I mean? And she would have fought hard. So, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing. Hopefully, you'll hear something back, Cece. That would be kind of neat. See, I agree with that too. And something I noticed about um like the closing when the mom and the dad, his mom and dad, walked up to read their letters. I noticed, and I don't know why I noticed it. Um, but the mom, when the lady read, okay, so the lawyer read, that opening statement about the whole uh, report that the mom had done the night before or something about how she looked like she was victim shaming or whatnot. Well, then when the mom went to read uh, her letter, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but she stated that she was the grandmother of Bella and Cece and the mother of Chris. There was absolutely no mention of Shanann. She didn't, absolutely nothing. But then when Ronnie said his, he said he was the father of Shanann and, you know, uh, Christopher or whatever. But I don't know. I found that a little creepy from her part. It's like Shanann never existed in her mind or something, and to me, that's a little sick. Even if I didn't like, it's, that's who my son chose, you know, and if I want to be around the grandchildren, then I have to be nice to the daughter in law. Have no choice. Exactly. I saw that too. I saw that too. I don't know. Yeah. It's like I said, it's like they made it out to seem like Shanann didn't exist in this whole scenario, this whole thing. It was like I said, it was sick. It was really mind blowing to me to watch some of them. And I think what really got me was after after watching yesterday's show on Dr.phil, uh, that's because I wasn't gonna, I was just gonna move on and do other things. But when this came out, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of got my interest again, and I wanted to see what the report said more of because his story did not make sense about any of it, especially, you know, um, it didn't add up to the evidence of, you know, what he's claiming. Just like the fact that he claims that he, killed the girls there at the oil place, but yet, what about the dogs? Why, they, the dogs, hit on a bunch of places as he was given that report to the news people that day. Exactly. They do say that the kids were placed on the floorboard, but then later, Bella unbuckles herself. That, yeah, it's like these little details are just catching my eye, and I'm just like, or my ear, and I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. How are, and why aren't the police seeing this? Or are they? I mean, they could be, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because, like I said, these little discrepancies in his story, and to take, you know, that's what I thought too. Simple Me and Bandit. I even told my husband that I said, if she, because I was trying to think back to when my son, because when my son was little, he was the firstborn. And from the time that he was 2 years old, he could hold a full conversation with an adult. He was pretty smart. And so I thought, would he, if from what I took was that he, you know, uh, he suffocated Cece first, carried her body up, put her wherever, and then he came back. But maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he, you know, um, suffocated Cece first, and then put her out on the ground and then suffocated, Bella. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we'll ever know, but it is definitely fishy. Definitely is, because like I said, I don't know, there's just a lot of discrepancy, too much uh yeah, something's not making sense. You're right. It's when you go back and read the report, you know, about things, yeah, I don't know. That actually, you would think that you would think that they wouldn't take him for his word, and then to hear sorry, to hear the Dr.phil show, basically, or the lawyer say, what would he have to lose to lie? Well, what would he have to gain? You know what I mean? Like, I understand that he would have nothing to lose to lie, but you you got to remember too that I think he has a certain image, like when it comes to like his family, or everybody has that, where you feel like you have to keep up a certain image for certain people, and I think maybe that's what he's thinking, so maybe he doesn't want to. But even coming out and saying what he did say makes him look worse than what he did before. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw Elaine perplexed last night. She was even saying it too. I was like, I completely agree. There is something absolutely off with this case. There it makes no sense. Uh you know, I don't know. It's so confusing for me that, like I said, I went back and I read some of the report, and um I agree. I don't think we will. Yeah. I mean, I would say that only if walls could talk, you know. If walls could talk, they definitely would be, you know. No, I agree. I agree, Simple Me. I do agree that I think he's trying to protect somebody, whether it be NK, or whether it be maybe, you know, um his parents, or I don't know, because I don't understand, like, his mom thinking that, Shanann would run off with the girls and think nothing of it, because for I don't get that. I mean, exactly. If the dog could talk, that would be awesome. Just to get an insight, because like I said, I knew from the beginning that they would not spend all that money to send these authorities out there just to get what happened. So I knew that there had to have been something more to why they were going out there. Exactly. That's what I want to know too. Did the cadaver dogs, smell the truck? Because there would have been, if what he said is true, then they would have hit on that truck. And I don't think that there is anything in the reports on that. Plus, what I find odd too is that there's what, like 300 and some odd pages missing from the report. Oh yeah, I'm probably, I would say positive that that poor little dog was going crazy that night. I I couldn't, oh my goodness, or even I those poor children. I mean, I to know that he had, if his story is true, to know that he had 40 to 45 minutes to, and that was another thing that I thought about it. Like, I talked to my husband about it. I said, I said, what I find odd about this whole thing is, so okay, he takes Shanann out. Let's say he strangles her in a bit of rage, in a bit of rage. Let's say he did this in a bit of rage. He has 40 to 45 minutes. You can't tell me that he's still in that rage, in that same exact, rage that he had when he was killing Shanann, when he got out there to that oil tank or that oil, I don't even know what you would call it. I've heard it before, but you can't tell me that he was still, that irate over it to kill his daughters. As do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. He had all that time to think, you know, it oh wow. I didn't know that. An hour and 7 minutes? Yes, battery tanks. That's what they're called. I agree. I I do not I don't understand either. I like I said, I've kind of tried to go back and read some of the reports and kind of refresh my mind on um on everything, because it just I don't get why somebody, I guess we will never know, and I know that our minds are not supposed to be able to wrap around and understand it, but it's still, confusing. I mean, it'd be different if he would just come out and tell the truth, you know. But then would we believe him then? I mean, would we truly believe him then? I don't know if we would or not. But I do think, I just find it odd. For example, he already told, so before, the Dr. Phil show came out yesterday, he had told a family member or a friend or something like that, and what had happened. And I don't know, almost like it was rehearsed or something. Yeah. Yeah. Elaine, I see, that was what my thought was maybe, especially after I saw that the garage door had opened up at, 12:48 that morning. Wait a minute. That means that somebody could have came in there, and the cameras might not have caught whoever, walking in or out. Um, because I don't know. I just find it hard for, that's what I was thinking too, Cece. I really was. I was like, I mean, he, from what everybody says, he was this hands-on father and husband, and until, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting all the blame on her, because it takes two to tango. It really does. But men can be, some men can be manipulated by women, and especially, you know, types like NK, she kind of seems very I don't know, controlling, not so much controlling. I can't say that because I'm controlling. I won't deny I am a controlling freak. But yes, I do agree. She was, hmm, I wonder what it was. I do know I did read an article. So I think it was like a few weeks ago I read an article on it was in the very beginning, when all the after Shanann and the girls had been found and they had already arrested him and stuff. It was before Chris had put in his plea, but I had read an article on where I guess Chris and his lawyers wanted to put uh, in for DNA to be taken off the girls' necks, and off of their I believe underneath their fingers, their fingernails. Oh, see, I don't. I do not, but see, I don't believe, like, yeah, I don't think that, see, I think like I said, I don't believe that, I don't know if I believe that he killed the girls, but I do believe that it could have been NK. I do not believe it was Shanann. Shanann, no, that that would be, and just my opinion. I don't believe that. Uh, I don't believe, and the reason why I don't believe that Shanann could have done it is because, first of all, I mean, and this is just my opinion. Um, she was pregnant for one. She had a baby growing inside of her, and she was very emotional as it was. And from everything that you see, she loved those girls, and not to say that she probably, didn't get angry with them here and there, because I think every mother gets angry with their children. But I don't know. I just, I, I do think that it was Chris, or it was his mistress. One or the two, took those children out. And the only reason why I think the mistress more so than Chris, um, is because, or I mean, the reason why I think more it was NK that took the girls out, that the girls, she killed the girls, is because of all the things that people are saying about, their opinions of Chris. Like, if you go back and read their opinions, their friends' opinions, or even the family, Shanann's family's opinion of Chris, and and how he was a very hands-on father, and how he, you know, but then I don't know how a narcissist or a psychopath works. So, I mean, maybe they do, you know, act that way. I don't know. I agree. I think NK got away with murder, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, you know. But I I don't know. I don't, like I said, the way that I think that Shanann went in that house that night pissed off. I mean, I would too if I were to see, first of all, over the weekend, she sees that there was, a lot more, um, money spent on that restaurant than what she had expected. And then to get a ping that the garage door was open. So I do think that she was pissed off when she went in. But I do not think that she was pissed off to the point that she was gonna kill her daughters, and oh no, I know. I know. We're just talking about our opinions. Everybody has their opinions, and that's the way I look at it. Everybody has their own opinions, and to each their own. If, hi Christy Andrews. Yeah, it's like I said, whole case is confusing, and it's, and I do not believe, like a lot of people will say, oh, because of Shanae's, Facebook videos put out, who she really is, you get to, no, I don't agree with that. I think that, um, first of all, those videos, she's working, and even if they were family videos, it's because, she's still friends with the people that she sells her whatever to, Thrive, so she's got to act a certain way when it comes to those videos, in my opinion. So it's, I don't think, now don't I do think that she had OCD, But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Shoot, I wish I had it sometimes. My house would stay clean, you know. But exactly. Exactly, Elaine. I completely agree with you. I think a lot of times with this case, um, the children get almost forgotten about. Like a lot of times people will start talking about it and they will forget that, and they'll start blaming Shanann or they'll blame Chris or they'll blame NK, but they forget that, there were children, innocent children that didn't have to end that way. It didn't have, they didn't have to be, you know, I think it was like yesterday. I think it was Perplex that said, he could have easily dropped them off at a friend's house, or, you know, I mean, he did not have to do what he did. So it's just, yeah, it's sad, very sad. And sorry, guys, I have to light up a cigarette. Yeah, it's, where did I put my? Oh. What I got too, I don't know if, but according to Ronnie, Chris's dad, the last week that they were in North Carolina, apparently Chris and Shanann had gotten into it. This is what got me, was that they had gotten into it, and Shanann had taken the girls to her parents and stayed at her parents, and so they were separated for like the last few days that they were in North Carolina. Then they went home, and then like 2 days later she leaves. And what I found crazy was according to her friend, she was excited to get home to go on vacation. And I think he was just playing mind tricks with her. I think he was, I don't know, from things that I've read, and it's like he was sick, or he is sick. Let's put it that way. It's, I don't know. Oh my goodness, it's so cold here. We have snow. Nice meeting you, Simple Me. Have a nice day. Thank you. So, how's everyone else doing today? You too. I just feel like you're standing there staring at me. My oldest son who came in. Yeah, it's like, it, after watching, what's really, I think, going to get a lot of people is Monday's episode of Dr. Phil, where you get to talk, where he's going to be talking to the family, and the fan. They're going to be torn. Oh, it's good. The family's going to, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't. I mean, let alone one child, but to lose your grandchild in one night. I mean, I couldn't do that. I mean, I kind of know what Frankie Jr. is going through because I've lost a sibling before, especially at a young age, but not in that manner, So I can't say that I, know exactly, because I think each person is different when they go through their grieving process. And, it's, I couldn't imagine losing, yeah, my brother passed away 15 years ago. He was 20 years old. It was right before his birthday. His 21st. It was really sad. Yeah. But yeah, I feel for him. I really do because I remember watching my parents when we lost my brother, and they, I they were so strong. That's what, got me, was they were so strong. And I don't know if I would be that strong if I lost a child. I really don't. I think that if I was to lose a child, I'd probably be put into a mental institution because I wouldn't be able to, you know, um, yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that. It's not the way that it's supposed to work. That's the way I look at it. It's not supposed to work that way. And this whole thing with, you know, oh yeah, they were definitely strong for my other brother and I, for us, and they definitely felt like they had to be strong for us. Um, and it was very rough time. And yeah, that's why it's like I can't it it I don't know. Have any of you guys heard of the Molly Go Lightly, the her channel? Do you guys watch any of her? Because that's how I started um watching other channels, actually, because I've been on YouTube since 2010, and I had no clue that you could even do your own channel, and so it was her, though, that I found out that I had heard about the Watts case and everything, because she had just I believe they were still, I think it was right before he confessed to it, that when I first started watching her channel. And then I don't watch her channel anymore. Not by any means. Yeah. Um, I don't know. And I think the good thing about coming out of watching her was that I found out a lot more about YouTube, and I found a lot of other channels that I didn't know that were out there, which was kind of neat. Oh, I agree. I think it's all for, show. And when she started acting wacko, that's when I stopped watching. It was like she went a little overboard. Mhm. I almost felt like she was going crazy. Yes, I agree. 4 seasons. He definitely was playing mind games. I think he I think he was playing mind games with both the women. I really do. I think that not only Shanann, but I think he was, I couldn't even, I don't know. It's so cold here. I'm sitting outside in my garage, and it's, oh my goodness. Oh, I agree. I have So when he come out, and they were saying that, he was gonna tell the truth, and the truth was gonna come out and all this, and I thought, okay, well, that will probably help the family. That will kind of give a little bit of closure for them, because I know, you know, um, coming from a family member that, has had a young one pass away, and so many unanswered questions, it's hard to move on when you don't know those questions, those why questions. And so I thought when that came out, I thought, wow, they're going to get a little bit of closure with this. But I think it was, I think, I think his whole story is crap. Yeah, I do. I think um, I don't think okay, let's put it this way. The way I feel about it when you only get one side of a story is you get his side, her side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. So I do believe that maybe he told a little bit of the truth, but I don't think he told the whole truth. Oh, yeah. Definitely lust. Yeah, you know, I really feel for her family. I really do. I remember watching, her father in court and just, oh my goodness. And um it just, and then, like I was saying before with the whole, MGL, she played on Frankie's, feelings and oh my goodness, that, oh, I would definitely be in a psych ward. Oh yes, I would definitely be in a psych ward. That, I couldn't imagine losing my children or my granddaughter. She, my children are my world, and you know, for 21 years I've taken care of my children, and oh my goodness. Exactly. It has. It has. It's like I said, I got into the case in the beginning, but then kind of steered away from it. And then when this came out, I was like, I don't believe it. I need to go back and, read everything. And, um, because I never really read the report on it and stuff. And so I figured I'm going to go back and read it. And it just, I haven't completely read it yet, but yeah, it's a very long report. And I'm not a very fast reader. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's very sad. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm freezing. My toes are freezing to death here. It was all nice talking to all of you guys. Yes, definitely. Nice talking to you guys.